Hello. So thank Hallie for her DJ skills. She's also running our Zoom and making sure that it gets uploaded into the Facebook and onto YouTube and all the things. So if you guys are watching a replay, right now it's 1 o'clock Texas time on Wednesday. So if you're watching this later, type a note and say replay so we can see what sort of topics are getting the most information, the most interest and so forth. Hopefully today's will be a good one because what we're talking about is like the time to market, like who has time to market, but like what's really taken up all your time is kind of what we want to talk about as well. And it was interesting because I think I wrote this for myself. So I was reading through the notes earlier and I was like, oh, this is so applicable for me today. So thanks for joining me. My name is Michelle Lynn, and I am the owner of ML Interiors, which is a seven-figure award-winning interior design firm here in Dallas, Texas. And y'all, my um, business has been good. It allowed me to let me just give you a little bit of background. When I first started my business, I seriously thought, and tell me in the chat if this sounds familiar. I thought I could start my business and I could work maybe 40 hours a week. I could make a bucket of money. I could have fun, doing interior design because like I thought that this was going to be a lot easier than it was. And once I got started, I was like, holy crap, this is really hard. Like there's a lot of moving parts. Am I right? There's a lot of moving parts. So I was muddling through, losing money, losing sleep, never lost weight, damn it. I lost the color to my hair. It's pretty gray now. But I promised myself that once I figured it out, I would share it with other people, like how to run the business of interior design. Because when I was starting my business, nobody was teaching how to do this. So now I'm very, very blessed to have a team that can navigate the interior design day-to-day operations, and it allows me to step out of the actual operations and and do what I love doing, and that is helping other women and men navigate this crazy business. Like, how do you run a successful interior design business? So that's where I am now. Once a week, I come on here live and talk about different topics. I have a podcast called Designed for the Creative Mind, where I go into a lot of business detail there. I have paid coaching programs. So if you need help with the business of interior design, don't hesitate to reach out. Okay, that's what we're here for. I have the free stuff, I have the paid stuff, I have them at all different levels and so forth. So I'm here to serve. This, I know the Lord has me here for a reason. So yes, Hallie, thanks for asking for some faces. I appreciate it. We've got a couple of eyeballs. So, and it's good to see some familiar faces too. Liz, Sine, Trina, hello. The rest of y'all don't hesitate to put your mug on the camera. There's no judgment here. Okay, there's zero judgment. So let me ask you this in the chat. Have you ever ended a day and you're just like, what in the hell did I get done today? Like I did zero marketing. I did nothing to move the needle forward in attracting new clients. Okay. If this is you, like yes, and yeah. So drop that. Okay. So Liz, good. Yeah. Hallie, you're so funny. And just for the record, y'all, you're not alone. I have days like that. I left here yesterday exhausted and I was like, what did I get done? So today we're going to talk a little bit about changing that without adding anything more to your plate. So while I say yesterday was one of those days for me, thankfully, and knock on wood, it doesn't happen as often as it used to, because it's really important right now that we are focused on our visibility so that our clients can see us. And that's the only way they're going to hire us is if they know we're here. Okay. So, oh, yay. Okay, Catherine, thanks. Hey, well, then what are you having? And where's mine? She's having lunch with me. So I'm going to have to go get something to eat after this. So When I'm dealing with, the dozens of interior designers that I interact with on a weekly basis, sometimes 100, but on average, it's a couple dozen. A lot of times what I hear is that I don't have time. Okay. I don't have time. And at one point, I totally fell into the same trap. It's like, I'm so busy doing this. I'm so busy doing that. I'm so busy doing this that, oh, I just don't have time to market. Okay. Well, I'm going to call BS on that. Okay. This is BS with love. Okay. It's a gentle BS. It's not in all caps. Okay. But the real issue, and I say this from my own experience and from talking other people through this, is that y'all, you get stuck in this perfectionism thing. You're afraid to post because it's not quite right. You're afraid to go live because you don't know what to say and you don't want to look like Boo Boo the Fool. You're not sending out an email because you're afraid to. Okay. But you also have decision fatigue. Okay. And I get it because you're going through these designs and you're running a business and you probably have a family. Okay. Or something to take care of at home, even if it's a cat. Okay. And then the real issue is also scattered focus. Okay. Scattered focus. And I'm going to give a gratuitous plug for this. Okay. You have all three of those. Yeah. Um, this here is something that I've created. Okay. It's a planner. Okay. And let me just show you. I'm just taking this out of the packet. If you don't, if you want this, I've got them for you. They're super cheap. But if nothing else, what you need to do is you need to come up with the top three. Okay. You can have your to-do list underneath it. But if there's three things that you get done, like you need to have three things. If I can get my top three things done every day, I know I'm making progress. Okay. That's what's going to move the needle. There's going to be some days where I only get one done because I had to put fires out. Okay. But this is a great planner. It's a fun little size. Okay. I couldn't find something that I liked, so I designed it myself. There's a whole bunch more that goes in there, but my point is just put your top three. Okay. So your scattered focus. So you want to know about scattered focus? Here's something funny. Hallie, I haven't told you this story yet. I'm leaving tomorrow for Las Vegas. Okay, I'm going to go to the Real Estate Staging Association and I am speaking there. Well, I woke up this morning to oh shit, I haven't printed out my notes. I haven't transferred them onto any cards. I haven't practiced or rehearsed my presentation or anything. Okay, scattered focus, scattered focus. So I have not been practicing what I teach over the last, oh, probably 2 weeks. I'm running shorthanded here at the office and I'm trying to do multiple jobs. Okay, scattered focus. So with that, just dial it in. Three things a day. Okay. And one of them should always be some sort of marketing. Okay. So what you can do is you can just create a tiny window of time. If nothing else, what you need to do is you need to plan the day ahead. Okay. So last night, I should be planning what I'm doing today, my top three. Okay. I'll tell you what my top threes are. Write some checks, practice my practice my presentation. I had to walk over and get some index cards. Okay. So I only have top two. So if you have time to design, you have time to market. Okay. If you have time to sit around and stress about the fact that you don't have any leads, then you have time to market. If you have time to sleep in, then you have time to market. Okay. It's the cold hard truth, but y'all wouldn't like me if I didn't tell you the truth. Okay. So quick example. The night before, make sure you know what three things you need to get done. Maybe you need to bring something over from the day before, bring it over to today. Okay, so maybe you have four things. You don't always have to have three, but you need to have, one or two of your top things that are going to move the needle forward. Okay, so you plan the day before and then you get it done during the day. If nothing else, I know many of you love checking things off of a checklist. So if you don't have it, so if you can't check it off, you need to carry it over to the next day and the next day and the next day. Okay. So as Hallie's saying, if three new clients called, would you find time to get them started? Okay. Would you find time to make the phone call? Would you call them back? Okay. So you have time. Here's what I'm doing. Where is it? Oh, I don't have. Oh, yeah, here. So I work with a business coach. Okay. And what we're doing is this. It is a time study. So starting Monday, starting at 5 in the morning, all the way across, I'm noting basically what I'm doing. Okay. So if I am scrolling social media, I'm going to write it down. If I am getting ready for work, I'm going to write it down. If I'm sitting here talking to y'all, I'm going to write it down. If I'm sitting here picking my nose, I'm going to write it down. So I'm going to be able to go back and look and see where I have time leaks. Okay. So the truth, like time truths, is that you don't need hours to do this. You feel attacked. Shanice, that's awesome. Yeah, you're welcome. Um, you don't need hours to get marketing done. Okay. You need intentional minutes. Okay. Make those intentional minutes, make those notes in your planner. Okay. So whatever planner you're using, time block it out. So it should be the first thing you do. Like here's something that I think it was Tony Robbins. Um, but I learned it from him or maybe a couple other people, I don't know, years ago. It was like, do what you want to do the least, do that first. Okay. Because one, you're going to feel accomplished. And two, you're not going to be dreading it and trying to procrastinate. So be intentional. Do any of you guys like marketing? Okay. Do any of you eat the frog? Yes, Liz, that's exactly right. Eat the frog. There we go. So with that, eat the frog. Like nobody wants to eat a frog, right? That just sounds disgusting. But if that's what you need to do first thing in the day is just get it done. The One Thing by Gary Keller. Good. Okay, so you guys, so I'm not making this shit up. Okay? Maybe I should write a book. But you never know what to post. Okay, good. So Autumn, we're going to talk about that too. Um, okay, good. That is a great book. Okay. Um, If I had been, if I had been giving you this, if we had been having this conversation a year ago, I would have said marketing does not have to happen every day. But right now, y'all, it does. We are in a trust recession. People are taking longer to make decisions. They're taking longer to pull the trigger to buy. Okay. They're doing more research. Okay. In all honesty, people are being reasonable with how they buy. Okay. And our stuff is big ticket. So they're taking longer. Doesn't mean that they're not buying. Okay. So marketing does need to happen every day because consistency beats it beats quantity. It honestly it beats quality sometimes too. Does that make sense? Consistency beats quality and it beats quantity. Oh, thanks, doll. Appreciate you. Um, so if you were posting, if you're spending 5 minutes every day, somebody just walked in. Okay, hold on just a second. Hallie, can you cover this for half a second? I'm the only one here, y'all. This is why I'm scattered. Hold, please.
Yep.
Hallie, thank
Yep,
you.
no problem. I just put a Tic Tac in my mouth, so sorry, I had to move it to the side of my cheek. Um, cons Her point here is consistency beats you doing random. So it would be better for you to spend 5 minutes doing something short, sweet, simple on a regular basis than it would be to do a random post once a month or once every other week. Who I just finished your thought. I was just getting ready to introduce the easy tactics, Michelle.
Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you, thank you. So, see, I'm scattered. I'm scattered. That was the mailman. And the bills, remember those checks that I had to write today? Those had to get sent out. So at least one of my things got checked off. Um, there's some easy ways. My mom came up with coined a term called efficiently lazy. And that's basically how I run my business. Okay. You can come up with some days that are kind of themed. Okay. If you've been through some of our free workshops, these are some things that we teach, but marketing Mondays. Okay. On Monday, create your marketing plan for the week. Okay. So Autumn, you don't know what to post. Have any of you guys use Chat GPT? You can simply ask Chat GPT, who I call Chatty G, okay? And this is the lazy way to do it, but it's efficiently lazy. Chatty G, I need an idea for 5 stories on Instagram this week. I'm an interior designer, and this is what I do. Okay. And then Chatty G might come up with 5 ideas. Okay. Or you might be, hey, I want to talk about this, or I want to talk about that. But you can brainstorm with that person. So you could do that. You can also like get inspiration. Like I get inspiration. So for our stuff, which is like you can take a look at what other people are doing that you like and save them. Save those posts. Okay. So you can save those posts and then you can repurpose um, it so it sounds like you. Go to mine. Go to ML Interiors Group on Instagram and see what I've got going on there. So when it comes to posts, you have posts. Then share your posts into stories. Okay, but you have to get out there to be seen. Consistency beats quality or quantity. So if you're paralyzed by wanting to have the perfect post or wanting to have a perfect story, y'all, perfection is perception. Okay. And honestly, if people see you out there and they get to know you, they're going to want to hire you over somebody whose stuff doesn't have any personality. Okay? So you can do themed days, you can do your marketing Mondays, and then you batch it. Okay? What you could do, what I used to do is I would spend one Sunday evening after my kid she was younger, she would go to bed like right straight up at 7. I would spend the next 2 hours um, scheduling out like 2 or 3 weeks worth of posts. Okay. It's amazing the creativity you can get with a glass of wine or two. Okay. So just saying. Um, and then you can also recycle your content. Okay. So you can either recycle them across different platforms, but what you can also do is just because you said something on Tuesday, the first of the month, you could say the same exact thing, or you can just paraphrase it on the 15th. Nobody's going to know the difference. Like nobody memorizes what your content is. Okay. And one thing that I noticed, this was years ago. I don't know if I'm sure they still do it, but have you ever noticed that well, this is what I noticed. Studio McGee. Okay. I went and studied their grid for a while and I noticed they had the images that were most popular, they would post just like 3 weeks apart. Like, so do the same picture. You don't have to be like perfect and have like does that make sense? I guess what I'm trying to say is get out of your head. Get out of your head. Try to be disciplined about posting on your grid each day. Um, okay. So Georgia, um, oh, Hallie, good. Keep it up. Yes. The more consistent you are. Um, engagement is oftentimes just ego metrics. Okay. So you have to be consistent in order to get some traction. Now, Georgia, what you might consider doing is you might take a look at ReachMet. Good. Thank you, Hallie. Y'all, I only have one contact in today, so I can barely read your chat. So thank you, Hallie, for handling a lot of that. Um, you can also take a look and see, like if you're not getting a lot of engagement, just change a couple things. Like I ask questions and it's crickets sometimes. So other times, there's a lot of engagement, and I didn't even ask a question in the caption. So don't be too hard on yourself. Okay. What was the site that I just said? Yeah, now you know why. What did I just say? I don't know, Liz. Um, metrics. Oh, Hallie was talking about that. It's on your Instagram. If you have an Instagram business page, you can go into insights and read through that, and you can get the insight for your metrics. Um, Another thing here's a super easy way to do it. And I think you can probably see it on my ML Interiors group grid as well. Write a blog and then pull pieces from it for social media. You can point people back to your blog once a week. Okay, is it generic? Yeah, but it's also going to get people to your website, which is going to get you Google juice. So you come up in searches better. Okay, so there's a lot of shortcuts that you can use that will get you to the goal that you're looking for. So um I can tell you right now, your time is leaking by overthinking your content, by being busy with administrative tasks that you probably don't even need to do. Okay. Audit your time. That's what I'm going to be doing. And waiting for perfection before posting or publishing the blog, sending the email, or whatever. So if you're in your head, babe, you're dead. If you're in your head, you're dead. We are not in the emergency room or the operating room or anything. If you make a mistake, if you make a stupid comment or post or whatever, if you don't have a lot of followers, nobody's going to see it anyway. So right now, you just need to do it. Okay, just do it. Nike says it best. So here's something that you can do. You can set a timer, okay, in like 15, like maybe 15-minute marketing sprint. And maybe what you do is like at 9 o'clock, you're like, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be here today. So I'm going to do a story. Okay. I'm going to be doing an install today, or all I'm going to be doing is going to the coffee shop and working. Okay. All you need to do is maybe take some B-roll. Does everybody know what B-roll is? B-roll is just like panning the room or you walking in or whatever the case may be. So maybe you're just sitting here looking at the coffee steam. Okay. You don't even have to put your face on it right now. Just get into the routine. And then you can voice over it. And when I say voice over it, that just means like you post it and then you can upload a voice memo, or you don't even have to do that. Just write something across the screen like it's another glorious day changing people's lives through design. Okay. So don't, don't get in your head. Okay. Um, And then what you can do is, so that's 15 minutes is you can block it out, but maybe you're blocking 15 minutes out for what you're going to do tomorrow. You can get ahead of schedule that way. And once you get a little bit of discipline here, it's going to come naturally. I promise it will. Okay. Now, here's the thing is if you continually talk yourself out of it, then go pay somebody to do it. Oh, wait, you can't afford it because you don't have clients. Oh, because you're not marketing. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. You're going to have to do it and be uncomfortable until you can pay somebody else to do it. Okay. If you need to, like, sit down and write, 12 months worth of newsletters. It's not that difficult, especially now with ChatGPT, y'all. I used to have to pull this stuff out of my ear. Okay. You need to be your own boss. Yeah. I used to have to pull this stuff out of my ear, but now you've got ChatGPT. Have her help you write it. Make it sound like you. Yes. Thank you, Megan. Absolutely. Yeah. So you can come up with this content. Like, I used to sell this stuff on the internet and now you give it away with Chatty G. Okay. So have her help you come up with 12 months of content, then create an outline for each month. Okay. And then have her fill it in. Okay. And then you copy and you paste it and you type it so it sounds more like you. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. You are the CEO of your business. Okay. So this has been me kicking some ass today. Okay. Your ass. Um, Releasing newsletters on your website monthly. Amanda, great question. Hey girl, good to see you. I will answer that in just a second. But let me remind you guys that you are not designers first. You are a CEO before you're a designer. You are a business that happens to design. You are the owner of the business that specializes in design. Okay. CEOs are self-disciplined. They self-manage. If you cannot self-manage, you need to reconsider whether or not you're going to own a business. Okay. Sorry, that one hurts. CEOs schedule growth tasks. Okay. If you're stuck in a service mode, you're not a CEO. Okay. Now, I know that's a hard truth. That muscle will grow if you want it to. You just have to do the reps. Okay. You need to prioritize marketing. There's no guilt in doing marketing because you're not stealing time from your clients. You're protecting your pipeline. Okay. So Amanda, um, what we do, there's a couple things. Let's talk about this, okay? And then I'm going to wrap this up. There's when it comes to marketing, it's this big machine, okay? You have to start with one baby step, with one little bite first, okay? And then you're going to stack on it. So what I'm going to tell you right now is probably going to feel overwhelming. But I'm going to tell you right now as well is that you don't have to do it all at once. Okay? You do not have to do it all at once. Here's where I would suggest you start. I would suggest you start with taking a newsletter type of content and creating a blog. Okay? Put that blog on your website. Okay? Break that blog down into bite-sized pieces and put it on social media. Take that blog and the link, okay, and put it in an email newsletter and send it to your email list. Okay, your email list might only have your mom and your bestie on it to begin with, but that's something that you're going to want to grow. Okay, now here's the thing. From there, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create newsletter content. Okay. I say newsletter content. It's content that's going to educate people on what you do and how you do it. It's promotional material masked as kind of like entertainment. And you're going to have that automated in what we call a nurture series. That nurture series is going to be, I don't know, every other day for the first week or two, and then like twice a week for the next week or two, and then once a week for the next, I don't know, 4 weeks. And then it might be like every couple of weeks that you're sending something to your email list for 12 months. Okay, after 12 months, if they haven't hired you, doesn't mean they're not going to. You don't want to fall off their radar. So you continue to send your blog to your entire email list. So even though they've gone through the 12 months of nurture, they at least hear from you once a month going forward because you're sending out your blog. Okay. So this is where your visibility comes in. Okay. It's a process. I am going to tell you that I'm going to give a gratuitous plug to Sidemark. Okay. Sidemark is a software and offers either done for you. So like let's get this process going and rolling for you, or it gives you the software to do it yourself. Okay, so there's all sorts of levels that you can use within that offer. Okay, I use Sidemark in full transparency. I'm a co-founder of it because I couldn't find what I needed. It has a client, it has client management in there. It has the automations. So if somebody downloads something, they automatically get these emails and then they're automatically dropped into the nurture series. Okay, there's calendar scheduling. There is, when you get the contract, you can get the email signature. Okay, when you have the appointments, we have our standardized appointments through our process. So if they call and then we schedule a qualifying call and then we do the meet and greet and then we send them the questionnaires. Like all of this is automated. So I'm not stuck in those administrative tasks that weigh you down and take away your time and energy, those leaks, those time leaks. Okay. You can schedule your social media in advance. So Sidemark is the way to go in this respect. Oh yeah, you did join. Thanks, Liz. And yes, Sine, it is different than Asana. Um, Asana is going to manage the tasks. Sidemark is for sales and marketing. Okay, it's sales and marketing. It sends out your emails. It you just set it up once and you're done. Again, if you don't want to set it up, Sidemark can do it for you. Okay, the team at Sidemark. Um, so anyway, just let me challenge you right now. You don't need more time. You need better focus and you need to get out of your own way. Okay? If that resonates with any of you guys, then there's some truth in it, okay? So I'm going to challenge you to schedule one 15-minute marketing block. One before Friday at 5 o'clock. Okay. And I'm going to tell you to schedule it and do whatever the hell you're telling yourself you're going to do. It's all good to put it on the calendar. Okay. But you need to go ahead and you need to, okay. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Well, I'm glad you're here, Charlotte. And yeah, you can go back and catch the replay. Hallie will have it up in a minute. Um, so schedule it. Like, make yourself a promise and keep it. Okay, make yourself a promise and keep it. It's very rewarding, especially when it's hard to keep. Okay. So let me leave you with this. On August 4th, 5th, and 6th, um, we are hosting a Booked by Design, which is a client catching workshop. Okay. It's 3 days, it's free. It's going to lead into my membership. It's like couple of bucks a month, the lead lab, but because you're not the only one struggling with leads. Okay. It's a 3-day client catching workshop. Hallie just dropped the chat discussion. You guys want some accountability? That would be awesome, Hallie. Thank you. Um, you're not the only one whose leads have slowed. Okay. Your inbox is quiet. I get it. Mine is not making as much noise as I would like it to. So why don't we get together, spend some time just kind of pulling some of these details together. Okay. Whether you want to join me in the lead lab or not, not a problem. If you know, like, if you think this content is good that we give out once a week, imagine if we actually plan something. So join us. Hallie's got the book by design similar to rolling in the dough. Nope, Shanice, it's completely different. Completely different. And in fact, let me talk about that. Rolling in the Dough is getting a revamp as well. So that will be coming soon, but it's getting a revamp. Um, Business by Design, Booked by Design is strictly about getting leads. Okay. So yes, I'm excited about Lead Lab too, girl. Did you join? Yay, I'm glad if you did. Um, a new name for it. Nope, completely different. And this is only 3 days. It's not 9. So we're gonna hit it hard. And then again, I do have, if you guys are interested, Lead Lab is open now. Okay, for the lowest price it's ever going to be. It's a month-to-month membership. There's no contract, there's no obligation. Yay, Trina, it'll be good to see you again. But if you want to go over to the Design Bakehouse right now, you can join that right away, and then you can hit the Booked by Design also. Booked by Design will offer the lead lab, but it won't be as low as it is today. Okay, so it hasn't been offered to the general public. Um, Times for the 3-day workshop. Hallie, I think did we do it at noon again? I think we're doing it at noon. So it is on there. Hallie's got the link right there. Yeah. And it will be recorded and all the things. So I hope to see you guys there. In the meantime, I will be back next week on Wednesday. What are we talking about next week? Do you remember?
Yeah, I meant to have that
I
ready.
know I did too. I've got my notes over here somewhere.
Hold on.
Thanks, Charlotte. You're so sweet. Good to see you again. I love seeing some familiar faces and names here.
Lead flow in 2025, why things feel slower now and what to do about it.
Yep. So,
These are all like mini topics leading into our workshop that we're going to go deeper into each of these in the workshop over
yep.
the 3 days.
And then I had a series on marketing, a couple series recently at Design for the Creative Mind podcast. So you guys can catch those as well, anywhere you catch your favorite podcasts. So thanks for being here, y'all. I hope to see you guys next week and then the following Monday. I believe that's already August 4th. Holy crap, summer's almost done. So we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for being here. In the meantime, go schedule that 15 minutes and show up for yourself. Bye.